Hello, all. Happy SellerAmp Seller Hour.
What up, y'all? See,
DJ Vibes here.
HJC was 3 hours early again today.
Yes, sir. What up, Hunter? Hunter might be not being here with us live and all that, but we're here live for you guys every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well to answer all your questions about starting and growing an Amazon business the right way, my friends. So whatever questions y'all got, please feel free to drop them. If you have ASINs you want us to check as well, we'd love to take a look for you too right there. So feel free to drop those in chat and let us know who's here too as well, and we will pop that up here, especially Q4 themed questions too, because with that on the horizon here. Yeah, and then we got a free class going down tomorrow night as well at 7 p.m. Eastern. That is not going to be recorded and it's not going to be posted on YouTube. So if you want a ton of sauce we don't share anywhere else for free, and to be there with us live, breaking down the 6 steps to build your Amazon business, or the 5 steps to build your Amazon business the right way, check that link at the link in the description as well too. What's up, Basile? Good to see you, family. Any questions you got? Let us know here.
Yeah, excited to see you guys tomorrow night for sure. We had a couple people asking for the class, and then it just kind of worked out. We're gonna do it on a 1 week turnaround there. So we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Make sure you're there. We're gonna dive into some AI stuff, some super powerful stuff for Q4. But yeah, let us know what questions you got. What up, Adrian?
Let's run it up. So Adrian says tonight is the night, so let's make it right because the moment is tight. All right, hey family. So let's fight and make this. Okay.
Adrian's got some reselling bars going on.
Something like that. Throwing some ASINs so y'all can get them reviewed there. Here, cool.
Yeah, always happy to do that.
No.
What up, Killer? Said you got your first sale yesterday around midnight. That's what's up. You got 40 sales so far. All right, so you clearly found something that works very well. That's awesome, man. Yeah. So now the very much proof of concept in hand. Obviously, buy as many of that as you can, because that sounds like a great first product you hit on. And yeah, find like the other thing, like now that you found one product, there's going to be a bunch of other items that are profitable from that same brand, that same sale, however you found it. Try to apply that to as many other things as you can.
Yes,
that's
sir.
Sick though.
Right there. Yeah, peep the storefronts too of the competitors there. Does SellerAmp account for increased holiday FBA fees? 100%. So we'll let you guys know when we get that in place right there, but totally. Yeah, and a lot of the stuff you do during the holidays is going to be FBM, right? So there's not even really going to be a change in those, because I believe those are just for the FBA there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the storage fees go up. You can actually turn it on right now if you're sourcing specifically for holiday stuff. Here, I'll just show you real quick on the screen share here if you want to pop me up.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so what he's talking about is this option right here. The only thing that changes about the fees during Q4 is that the storage fees go up. I think it's like 4 or 5x. So if you're not careful, it can definitely be a more significant number. Obviously, hopefully you're buying stuff that sells within a month, so it doesn't really matter anyway. But if you want to bake that in as you're sourcing, you can include storage fees, and you can even set a default storage time too. If, let's say, you're not super confident in your sourcing abilities, that kind of thing. If you want to be super safe.
Bruh, Brad and I can't remember Brad's partner's name. Says Brandon. Yeah, bro says Miles, I thought you were drinking a quart of milk for a second. I was like, no, it's nice. This is actually an OA brand, y'all. It's an OA brand here. Extremely exclusive.
Yeah, get a quart of milk. That'd be kind of sick.
Right? So Owala tends to come from Urban Outfitters, which has a 15% code in discounted gift cards. Dick's Sporting Goods, which has a $20 off 100 code with discounted gift cards as well, right? Or Academy Sports, which has a 10% sign-up code and discounted gift cards there. This might be a silly question, but everything you guys have for SellerAmp will apply to both Amazon and WFS, which is Walmart Fulfillment Services. So actually not at all. SellerAmp is strictly Amazon data, but WAMP, which is SellerAmp's Walmart tool, will be relevant for Walmart, but only like it'd have to be that separate tool. WAMP, which is free though. You should go download it. WAMP.com.
Yeah, basically, for any of you guys who've been thinking about selling on Amazon, it shows you all like the fees and all that kind of stuff, and it's free right now as well. Well, it's in It's in beta. It's free for everybody. So go play around with it for sure.
Yep. Yeah, wamp.com right there. And it's not a silly question. That's a good question right there. So Lurton says, do ASINs that have large and bulky alert have to always be shipped in a different pack groups by itself, or can I ship with other ASINs? I recently made a shipment and it made me split it. So typically yes, but only if Boxum's give me a splits for that. Yeah, or like split like pack groups, right? Will that be the case? Yeah.
Yep. See, Dollar General just went so estimated sales a month. Not right now, because all the tools that are giving you something are completely making it up, so it's extremely inaccurate. So with WAMP, we only want to give you data we know is correct and not give you false data that you're paying for, basically. Yeah. So yeah, when there's a way to show estimated sales, there will be, but for now it's all legit data, unlike the other tools. What are recommendations for getting sales as a beginner FBM with no/low sales history? Yeah, I mean the main thing that matters with FBM, you probably think maybe if you listed something and you didn't sell it, it probably wouldn't have sold for any seller, because it was probably a very like FBA heavy listing. If it shows some FBM buy box friendliness, especially if you see like new sellers on it, then you should be good. Like if you want to pop it up here.
Yeah, the FBM friendliness part of that is huge as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So just like, for example, on this, you see how it all says FBA, like 3 weeks ago was the last FBM sale. Probably not going to be a great candidate. And whether you're new or you have 10,000 feedback, Amazon's still giving the sales to FBA sellers, basically. So just check that and you'll be good.
Yep.
Let's see. DJ orders. Not too much gold. I would say
it's interesting how that evolved, man. But
I used to do it constantly.
Yeah.
It doesn't really do too much anymore. At least compared to like using PayPal or like a discounted gift card when you check out. Because honestly, the majority of probably 90% of cancels are either they don't want to sell to resellers, go to a website that does want to sell to people that have money, or they think they're cool with you buying a bunch, but they think you're using like a stolen credit card or something because you're walking in trying to buy 100 of something that's worth money elsewhere. That's exactly what you do if you had a stolen credit card. So if you use a discounted gift card where they know they're getting the money, then they're less likely to cancel on those.
Yep, that's a fact right there. For them constant discounts. Yeah, see, that's a good point though, right? So sign up coupons rarely are unique to the email, or rarely
that's facts.
to be. Yeah, so like account signups. But if we're being completely honest, most times it's actually email sign up or text sign up, and it's a code that doesn't matter what account you check out with, which some of you guys might be listening to this like, what the heck are these guys talking about? You're going to get more and more accustomed to this as you get deeper in this industry and everything. But yeah, we will get right with all this stuff here, right? Basically, jigging would be changing up your information on an order to get around order cancels. But if you watch some of our content from back in the day, back when like selling Nike on Amazon was a big thing, Nike is like really one of the only companies in the world that has to actively try to keep resellers from buying their stuff, right? If we're being completely honest, because like Jordan releases wanting to limit that stuff and everything, but 99.9999% of businesses aren't like that and want your money, and it's the same thing with OA. So you hear about order cancels a lot less these days than if you listen to like old Buy Box Bandits content. And stuff basically as a result of that. Yeah.
It's changed a little bit for sure.
Yeah, which is cool.
So you haven't done FBM in a long time. You've only done FBA. Can you run through the big differences? I mean, the initial like shipment creation process, you're just doing it all on the front end, right? FBM, you just list it, say how many you got, it's ready, it's live. The biggest change, like operational, will be cash flow change, right? Because be doing a lot of FBM, you're used to listing and you can make a sale the next hour, right? Start reinvesting that money 2 weeks later. It's gonna take you probably twice as long to get the money back to reinvest. That's the big change. And that's why it's good outside of Q4, because during Q4 there's gonna be too much stuff to reinvest and kind of snowball if you're playing your cards right.
Yeah. So like Warren is saying, right? Mainly FBA, January to August, or January to September, October, right? And then November, December, and even some of October, or even today, if it's an item you see a lot of people getting sales on FBM, you want to FBM because you can sell items quicker. But during most months of the year, there's too much FBA competition. Amazon wants to give the buy box to FBA people because they get more in fees and it's a better customer experience. when you can get something from Amazon Prime. When you FBM, it's USPS, UPS, basically right there. So yeah, there's definitely pros and cons to each, but if an item has a lot of FBM people on it, it's probably something that you can FBM and probably should FBM. You just want to make sure you use the SellerAmp FBM calculator as well, which I'm going to pop up an example of right here, because that is something a lot of people don't know about here. So I'm going to pop screen share up right here. Great question too, yeah. You've had 2 fire questions. Keep them coming. So if we go here, oops. Oh no, it's doing the thing where it doesn't let me screen share, I think. All right. Well, Warner, you want to, I can private chat you the link.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Calculator there.
Sounds good. Yeah, good questions and stuff so far. Let us know what else we can help you guys out with as well. Let me get this up here. Sweet. And we mentioned it a second ago, but make sure you guys are also registered for the class tomorrow night, by the way. We're gonna dive into a lot of really good stuff, kind of showing you how to source, prayer for Q4, use some AI, all that good stuff. So let me get this up. Sweet. So what were we trying to figure out on here?
Yes. So FBM calculator on SellerAmp.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So right here.
You got to scroll down and then you plug in the FBM costs. A ton of beginners forget to plug in the FBM costs, right? That's the big thing. That
so you can see like how much it weighs, right? So it's gonna be like a 10-ounce product, which is gonna be $7 to ship probably, depending on how far it's going. Let's call it $7.50. And this is like a $10 pair of shorts at Walmart. So like this is actually profitable. You can just Google it for proof. But I was looking at these. The only problem is they don't really quite sell super fast, but right there, $10. So this is like a great example for sure. See lots of FBM people making sales. And then you can also see sometimes on Keep it'll show a lot of other, so you see the blue and orange switching back constantly. That's a great sign, right? If you're seeing like solid orange, solid FBA, then probably not.
Bang, bang.
Sweet. What up, John? How you doing, man?
Yeah. Warner, how close are you, man?
I'm like 2,000 subs away. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Warner's very, very close to 100K. I'm behind him probably by a couple months right there, but pretty cool stuff. So yeah, literally 97.8K. That is delicious, right there.
Yeah. So hit the sub. Help me get that little that silver YouTube plaque.
Yeah, is it gonna go in the view, Warner?
Probably.
Ooh, that's fine, man. That's a great trophy. Will Amazon accept a Costco online order as an invoice to Ungating items? 100%. Yeah. So in 2025, right? So all big websites work for Ungating. So Walmart, Target, Costco, any of the brand websites for a brand, which would be like what's called like owala.com for Owala, etc. Right there, you'll be good to go as well here too. How to deal with IP complaints and different types, ICME and other types of complaints. As long as you're buying legit stuff, you're good to go. So buying from big retail websites, not buying from sketchy wholesalers or anything, and you'll be good to go. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just you're inevitably going to get some account health complaints, right? So just make sure you're buying authentic stuff. Yep. Not going to even there's some websites that look legit and they can be a little sketchy. Like you'll see some that are shipping from China and that kind of thing. Think like Stylovana and websites like that. That's gonna be a little sketchy. So always just like do a quick check on see if they have cash back linked. Usually that's a great indicator if they're gonna be legit for you. If anyone had any issues activating their Amazon business account, is that for you mean like for buying on like Amazon or just like actual Amazon seller account? I haven't seen too many issues. Usually, I've seen a couple people have issues, but they like upload the wrong doc or something like that, type in the wrong number on their address.
Yes, sir. Okay. Trademark. Yeah, the documentation will be good to go for that. Let's see.
Yeah, all of the listings are trademark or copyrighted. The ones that aren't are the ones you're not allowed to sell on because of the generic listings.
Yeah, so you got to avoid if it shows that little generic thing, or if the brand shows different. So you can see the brand title from actually SellerAmp's not always accurate, but Amazon.com obviously is 100% accurate. So if you're looking at a listing, you see the brand it's under, and if it says like brand generic or brand, Chris or whatever, I don't know why, like whatever that's just some random thing that is not the like.
It'll be some like random Chinese name sometimes. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Also, y'all, shipping tip. The Uline free shipping sale is on for the next 2 weeks. I think it only happens once per year. So that's a fire like discount. Like shipping, like Uline boxes are awesome.
A lot of times the shipping cost is like 25% of the cost.
Yeah, I was telling Wi-Fi about that, right? Yeah, like 20 to 25%, right? So literally the next 2 weeks or so, it is free, right there, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, good. Those are usually the best to stock up on for like FBM supplies. So especially if there's like a product you're going to sell a lot of this Q4, you can get like the perfect size box to fit it and save you some shipping rates basically. Let's see. You received an IP complaint. Listings went down instead of being able to appeal. No, you'll have an appeal process on the account health tab. It goes down by default before you appeal, but then after you appeal on the account health tab, it'll go back up.
Yep. Thank you guys. Yeah, Jonah, we're gonna get you right there. Let's see. Great question from Marcus here. So when you see a negative max cost on SellerAmp, pretty much always it just means that that item is really, really cheap. And that why it shows a negative max cost is because your profit per unit you have in your SellerAmp settings is probably $3 per unit. It's mathematically impossible to make $3 a unit on like a $6 product, just the way Amazon fees break down, right? But is spending $1 and making back $1.25 100 times a day worth it on Crayola crayons? It totally is, right? So even though the max cost shows negative on those, it can still totally be good, and that's the that's the reasoning basically on that. So it's a little bit confusing, but that's kind of the rationale on it. Yeah.
Just depends on your setup if those make sense for you. If you have like some help shipping, those make a lot of sense. If you're a solo operation, maybe it doesn't make a lot of sense to put stickers on something for $1 each, right? So you can just change your settings on what makes sense to you.
Yep. Right there.
So yeah, let us know what are the questions. Yeah, Adrian was. If you guys need to know how to make a coupon over and over again, Adrian was spitting some game there. Let's see. Does it matter if you print the packaging on normal paper, glue it down? Does it need to be actual label paper? I mean, for the labels, I would use the labels.
It looks a little janky, but like, did I do
although
that?
I definitely if you're just talking about like the UPS box labels, I definitely ran out of some labels, and then you just tape over the entire thing so it doesn't get ripped, and you're good. Yeah, that's that means you shipped out way more packages than you're expecting to, which is a great problem to have. Yeah.
Exactly right there. Yeah. So like every now and again, but the big thing is the labels from UPS are free, right? You can literally just they'll ship you a crap load of them for free, right there. So it's not a bad idea to lock in that and everything. Yeah. We got free class tomorrow. Yeah. It's a good tip, right? Like Warner was saying, you can literally add those in, and for whatever reason, some sites just consider it a new email, and that coupon will still be delivered to that main.
Does it work with a dot too?
Yeah, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yep, yeah. So a dot you can put in the middle anywhere. Is a plus in the middle too, or is it just at the
plus
end?
Goes after the actual email?
After the actual email, yeah. So a period.
Interesting.
It's so weird that it works, but it does.
So that it Gmail just ignores having a period in your email then.
Yeah, it's super weird though, because like my main email address is my first name, last name at Gmail, and it's never been an issue with that. And I've literally done the coupon looping with that too, which is so weird, but it is what it is.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. From UPS. Yeah, bro. So if you just Google UPS free shipping supplies, yeah. Let's see. So Supreme GFX says, what suggested starting capital be for FBA OA? Seen a bunch of numbers thrown around, but don't really see where the costs are going. No one gives a full breakdown. Okay. So watch the video I posted yesterday for sure. Come to the free class tomorrow night as well. But the TLDR kind of version is like, 1 to 2K, Boxum's $50 a month. SellerAmp and Keepa are each $20 per month. 20 to $50 for shipping supplies to start. Don't need a printer. You can get one if you have the budget, but you definitely don't need one. And then the rest for inventory pretty much. So SellerAmp, Keepa, Boxum, your Amazon seller account's $40 a month, and from there you're good to go.
Yeah. So like $200 for supplies and software, and another $1,000 or so for inventory. Yeah, for sure, JF. Yeah, and you can, labels are also super cheap, so don't let that be the thing holding you back. Absolutely. Yeah, and as we're digging into a lot more Q4 sourcing, just kind of while we're always stressing the importance of, I know a lot of you guys are kind of newer to the game, just make sure you're thinking of ways to create the profit margin on things. I know that's basically every Amazon seller we've seen that comes in and doesn't find any find any success, it's because they're not like creating profit. You're just expecting to find stuff sitting there, right? And to be honest, there's some days like today where there's not a ton of great opportunities going on. So, if you're not finding like an insane amount of stuff when you sit down, that's all good. If you're sourcing on Black Friday and you're not finding an insane amount of stuff, then probably time to, change your approach, that kind of thing. But yeah, just when it's not as free, like today, I would assume we'll get some more sales coming here before too long. But yeah, when it's not as free, just keep in mind, try to create that extra margin.
Roll was the best. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of good Princess of Palermo ones good too, but like don't kind of think through that too much. Like the big thing is buying and selling price. Like that's where we make our money. That's where there's a lot of leverage, and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, no reason to overthink the stuff that doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. Like, as long as you get that set in stone, you're good to go with that. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, let us know what all questions y'all got here. If you want us to pop up any ASINs to review, just drop an ASIN in the chat. We're happy to pull them up and analyze them with SellerAmp. Tell you if it's good, looks good. Tell you if it looks bad. So here we go. So ScreamGFX says, got it. Thanks. When starting out, would someone really need 1 to 1.5 pages of inventory? Not at all. But that's when it makes sense to start to get like some data back, which could be 10 different items. You know what I mean? So you got to start to get some data back on the purchases and everything. Yeah. So definitely not. But like that wouldn't just be like buying it one time and be like, you find one thing together, you find another, right? The next day, find 2 more things the day after that, right? And, Warner and I have dropped 10K on the same product in one day before and everything, right? But, you obviously don't start there. Yeah. You work your way up, start with 5 to 10 unit test orders, right? These listings we're getting on Amazon. All we got to do is list them on listings where they already have traffic. You use SellerAmp to see if they sold one in the past. No marketing, no ads, no creating your own products, anything like that. And there we go right there. Yep.
Yeah. The main thing there is just like you need to spend enough money to pay for your recurring expenses. Obviously, that's why we say like at least $1,000, because every month with the software and seller like just paying for the Amazon account, it's gonna be like $120. So obviously you need to spend like $350 to even get the overhead paid back. So Ungating become easier recently. Seen some videos pop up on your feed. I mean, it's been about how it is for, I'd say, a year or so, probably all of 2025. Lots of people getting ungated, but I'd still say it takes a couple submissions on average at least to get approved. But I mean, the same things that have been working for a long time still do, if that answers the question.
Yeah. Now, the more you sell, the more stuff becomes auto ungate as well. But in terms like ungating with documentation, yeah, like around a year ago, they started to require 100% on certain brands. That's neither here nor there, right? Just kind of the reality. I would recommend just doing 10 unit ungates though, for the most part, right? Because even, if it says on it, we're still seeing 10 work. What's a good average or amount of sales needed before it becomes auto ungated? I mean, there's a ton of stuff that's auto ungate right away from the get-go. Like with coaching students, I'll have them all auto ungate a bunch of stuff day one, right? And then all you have to do is, find it properly, right? But around like 2K in sales, a lot more stuff becomes auto ungate. Yeah, kill a beat. Yeah.
What's up, Rob? When you're ending items, is it best to do once daily, or can you do several times a day? I'm not sure what you mean. When you're ending it, when you're sending an item.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you mean, Rob?
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, let us know what you mean there. Max said you found a brand that has multiple profitable products. One has a bunch of sellers, one has only one. The brand owner, why is nobody else on the other listing? Well, because the brand owner's on it. So that's not super uncommon to find listings where the brand themselves care about maybe their top 5 to 10 listings, and then there's multi-packs and other random stuff that either they're not even aware is on Amazon, or they don't really care to manage the demand on that. And those are a little bit riskier because you never know if that brand's ever going to start caring about that particular listing. But if the profit's good, I'll sell that kind of stuff. You'll see that on some like Cuddle Duds, for example. It's a good reseller friendly auto ungate, but they sell on some of their listings, and some of them there's 20 sellers, that kind of thing.
Yep. Okay. So a bunch of good questions here. Have you asked Amazon to provide? Nope. You just use the order confirmation emails. Yeah. So Lisa says, I've done storefront stock and I find that I'm gated in the items they are selling. Any other ideas how to find profit products? So Lisa, if they're selling it and you're gated, they were originally gated and you can get ungated just like they did, right? So to get ungated, you just buy 10 from big retail website. You were going to do that regardless if it was auto ungate to get that done. And Warner and I both have auto ungate sourcing tutorials on our channel too that'll break down a ton of good stuff for you in respect to that as well. Yeah.
Yep. Nice, y'all are on a roll now. What's up, Robbie? Oh, you clarified ungating. Yeah, if you ever get denied, immediately resubmit. There's no reason not to. See, Mason, you saying on top of the monthly storage or on top of the Amazon monthly fees, do you have to pay for storage at Amazon warehouse? The monthly fees is the storage fee. So like, let me just pull up an example of just like an item here, right? So if you look at the profit calculator, you can see how much you'd end up paying for storage. So let's say you don't sell it for 2 months for some reason. This item would cost you 26 cents a unit. And then you can also turn the peak storage fees on. Obviously, if you're planning on storing things during Q4, which not really recommended, but you can see how that changes there as well. So usually it's not anything significant, especially considering kind of your worst products as a reseller will only be at the warehouse for 2 months, and then you probably sell them for a loss at that point.
Bang, bang. Would commercial invoices work to get a gating? 100%. Let's see. Just paid for SellerAmp the other day, creating my Amazon Seller account tonight. It's happening, guys. Excited to get this journey going with you both. Welcome to the family, EJ. Let's get it. When doing FBM, do you need to print out packaging that goes in the packet? The packing slip? Nah, don't worry about that. Yeah.
Yeah. What's funny, my first ever FBM order, somebody complained that I didn't put a packing slip in it. And then since then, it's never mattered ever since then. But the very first order, somebody left a negative feedback saying that there was no packing slip. I was like, what is this?
It's a good tweet for sure. When sourcing products for the best price, sometimes Google gives really good prices on a product. How do you know if you can really trust that source? Great question. So how do you verify if a site's legit, right? If they take PayPal, they're legit. You should pretty much always, if you're not using a gift card, there even are gift cards on Cardware. Site's legit as well. Use PayPal. Right? Check their Trustpilot and their Google reviews, just looking on Google. So Google, Alice Sporting Goods Trustpilot, Alice Sporting Goods Google reviews, right? Verify if they have brick and mortar locations and look up that on Google and verify that it is actually a legit location where they have their business. You'll see their, most cases, their Google My Business. And yeah, then you'll be good to go right there. Yep.
Sure. What's up? Hendrik said, open FBA shipment. You're a week late. Is there any issues? Oh, do you mean like you told them you were going to ship it on a certain date and you still have it? If so, then no. I'm not exactly sure what they even used that date for, to be honest. But yeah, just get it out when you can, but it doesn't really matter if it's not the day you told Amazon. It would matter if you're like having trucks come pick up, obviously, but since it's just a couple boxes, you're good.
Yep, good question here from Amazon and G12. Can you break down the new 2026 policy for sellers saying they won't prep? Yeah, so Amazon, I guess at this point for a couple more months, offers a prep and labeling service for, I think it's 55 cents a unit. No one really used that was doing arbitrage in the first place though. So like for pretty much everyone that's ever, watched or took action on it, it's not really helpful, or it wasn't really helpful. So nothing really changes. Yeah.
Some wholesalers and private label sellers were using it, but yeah, it doesn't really affect how we do things. Let's see, EJ said it took you all of 5 minutes at Home Goods, found some shampoo.
Come on, boy.
Sells on Amazon. Yeah, I mean that's the beauty of retail arbitrage for sure. Is it's just, are you willing to scan barcodes? If so, you'll find something. OA's obviously takes a little bit more technical knowledge because you're competing with anyone who has internet access, basically. But yeah, that's awesome, EJ.
Ooh, interesting. So eTay and A-Day are essentially like versions of online arbitrage, where eDay is just eBay to Amazon flips, Amazon flips, right? Meanwhile, we talk about buying from tons of places, right, to flip on Amazon. So they're just kind of like subsets, basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah, just kind of limiting your sources a little bit. Be careful with eAway specifically. If you're going to do that, just make sure you sell stuff as used, because those are a little bit sketchy as far as Amazon documentation.
Yeah,
keep that account healthy.
Yeah, so risk higher on that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, just look for higher ROI.
Yeah.
Because we know lots of people who are doing good numbers with it, but there is a lot higher risk with that. Just because an invoice from Joe from Missouri, a random eBay seller, is not quite as legitimate as buying direct from Walgreens or Walmart.
Boom, boom. Yeah. Cool. All right, sweet. Thanks, y'all, for another great SellerAmp Seller Hour. Make sure to tune in tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern for the free live class we got going on. Going to be sharing step by step how to get going with the stuff, the best 90 minutes of Amazon education on the internet, and a bunch of sauce we don't share anywhere else for free. Right? Do you think Amazon is oversaturated? Amazon is a $1 trillion company growing every year. If you can't get a small piece of hundreds and hundreds of billions of revenue, I don't know what to tell you. Right? Yeah, big box stores rather than Amazon, 100%. Yeah, because Amazon is selling these listings themselves for a reason, typically at a substantially lower price. So it's pretty tough to buy from Amazon to flip on Amazon. You kind of just rely on Amazon going out of stock and not coming back in. Yeah. Yeah, cool.
Yep, for sure.
All right. Y'all have a great one. Good energy. Talk to you guys soon. See y'all tomorrow.
Sweet. Thanks, guys.
Boom. Take it easy.
See you guys soon.